Sometimes the body doesn't tense when things go wrong. It tenses when things go right. When something soft arrives, when there's ease, when life opens a little. And instead of settling, the nervous system braces. That's when I realize receiving isn't about worth, it's about safety. We often say we want good things in life. We want love, we want opportunities to come in, we want clarity. But there's always that one thing that stops us, is not having enough self-trust to carry through, because our nervous system recognizes the old way of what it felt like to feel unsafe, what it felt like to feel the anger, and what it's like to be single or in a relationship that is not stabilized. So what happens is we're just so used to the old patterns and the old conditions that our body is just used to. Our nervous system was just imprinted with all the unstabilized uncertainties, unclarity, everything, to where when you do want something new to open up, that's love, that's opportunities, a new job, or even to start a business, our body recognizes the old pattern and it starts to fear. This is where self-sabotage happens, is when we want something new and our nervous system doesn't recognize the new energy that's coming in, so it fears it and it wants to retract back to the old version of yourself. And this is a battlefield of between you and the newer version, and where the cross-reference happens. This is where you have to make that choice, and the choice is just really, do I really want to stay in the same magnetic field or the same life I want to live? And this is where, we have to just wake up one day and realize that it's not making us happy. Where we're at right now, I'm not happy. So I want to change things that are going to be better for me. And change is what fear really settles in. Fear comes in and it trickles into the nervous system, and it tells us it's safe, it's okay to be comfortable where you're at. But deep down inside, you're not. And this is why you're watching this video, because you're searching how to change and how to come into peace, because you want a different life. You want to be a better version of yourself. And this is where we forget that, it takes the baby steps to get out of the comfort zone and to reprogram your nervous system to feel safe, that it's okay to want more. It's okay to want a better relationship or move to a better environment so that you can grow. And that's where it's creating that safety from within so that you feel that comfort. But then again, we have to take the baby step, because when we don't trust ourselves, this is where you start to question. You question the thoughts of, am I even good enough for this? Am I worthy enough to want this? Or it's that comfort that you're just so used to going back to because it's safety for you. You're in a phase where you second guess everything. You know that this is not what you want. So this is where the self-sabotage starts to happen when you do want the new opportunities, the new relationship, or just changes in your life. But it's really releasing that fear, releasing the old heavy questions that you're doubting yourself. And the questions that come are like, am I going to lose? Am I going to fail? Do I have to get out of my comfort zone? And these are the questions that plays in the mind, and you're telling your mind basically that it's going to happen. So this is where I've always said, you tell the mind where the show is going, and this is your show. Tell the mind the direction that you want, and it will deliver. I know it's challenging, it's tedious, but at the same time, it's part of the progress of change and growth, is creating a system that, you're rewiring a nervous system that has been trained for something that you don't even want anymore because you're questioning things in life right now. Body is responding to everything that you want, so it's giving you all these downplays and it's taking you back to that safety of where you were. The nervous system doesn't just respond to danger, it responds to something new. It responds to you wanting to wake up and be happy, but then you've never felt happy before. So now it's fearing happiness, which is a weird thing to think of, right? But that's part of it, where if the nervous system has been imprinted for so long in this depression or in sadness or in this relationship that is no longer serving you, the newness, the happiness, that new relationship you want, it's an unknown world. So what happens is it creates a self-sabotage. It creates, oh no, this is not for me. So it's going to fear it and it's going to want you to go back to where you were for that safety. So it doesn't just react to being in a state of danger. It acts to new things too, because the nervous system is just a vagus nerve that's in our body. So it's an imprint of more like the brain of your emotions, and you're feeding in whatever that you're feeling. So it's just kind of taking in, okay, this person's feeling angry, this person is feeling sad. That's a safety reaction for the nervous system to feel, because it's like, I've been feeling this for so long. It's taking in as it's a safety for it. It doesn't know what's right or wrong. And that's the weirdest thing to think, right? That the universe, when you ask for things, it doesn't know what you're asking for. If something positive, something negative, it's going to give you either or. Wherever the direction goes, that's where the energy flows. And the same thing with your nervous system and the vagus nerve is whatever you feed into it, that's just going to imprint. And same thing with the mind. Whatever you give the mind, that's going to be the outcome. So the polarity of this world is negative and positive. So it depends on what you give the energy of. Are you going to give the energy of love? Are you going to give the energy of fear? And that's where the nervous system will respond in what you want to give. And that's where we have a choice to give the mind the direction it should go. We give nervous system the security, the love that it wants to imprint into your body, into your magnetic field, and you start to become it. And that's why affirmation has been very popular lately, because it's something that we are just speaking into our nervous system, telling us that, hey, I'm beautiful, I'm loved, I'm beautiful, I'm loved. So when the nervous system hears that more enough, it's just going to become it. And that's the same thing as, when you start to meditate first, you're going to feel the subconscious. You're going to feel the blocks. You're going to feel the fears. You're going to feel everything that comes up. And it's part of the journey of facing these feelings that are popping out of the nervous system. Because what happens is when you come in stillness, something has to move. And what moves is an old pattern, which is a fear and anger. Something that's been suppressed for so long, where we're like, wow, what is this feeling? We think it's someone else, but then this is where the moment you face this fear, you face the anger, and you're like, I don't want this anymore. I want happiness. I want peace. And this is where the moment of training the body to recognize what peace is, recognizing what happiness is, and allowing that to flow into your life and start to receive that. And this is where we all have a choice, where we can embody the life you want to live and come into alignment to where your real purpose is, so that you're actually happy. And prosperity begins with just enough that, you know what, I'm grateful for what I have right now. And gratitude is just being able to live in this moment and being thankful for right now. And that creates trust in the body. It creates trust where you're allowed to be living in your prosperous life, because gratitude is embodied in you because you're grateful for waking up this morning, being able to walk, being able to breathe, being able to drink a cup of water, and being able to have functional organs that's working for you because your body loves you. That's prosperity, is able to create trust because you trust yourself. And you're just allowing your body to receive. You're allowing your body to create new feelings, new opportunities, a new way of thinking. And you're allowing your body to learn this gently, that safety, that new version of yourself. It's just learning it, letting the body, the system learn what you want and teach it. This is where you become your body's teacher. You become your nervous system's teacher. And you teach it by speaking kind to yourself, by writing down what you want, by meditating on what you want, which is thinking, and allowing it to come into your life because it feels safe. And I really want you to remember this, is when you trust yourself, it's okay to feel safe to hold it.